Good morning, Professor Joanna. My name is Fabiana Candela Valera, and I'm going to talk about the simple present and the present continuous tense in this video explanation. First of all, we can define the simple present. This tense is used to describe general truth, routines, and habits. Most of the time, we can identify this tense thanks to the adverbs of frequency and adverbial phrases. Example: I go on vacation twice a year. These simple present sentences can be affirmative, negative, and interrogative. The enunciative sentences. In the nominative sentences, the first person of the single form, I, the second person of the plural form, you, and the third person of the plural form, we and they, use the verb simple form, which means the verb infinitive without to. Example: I like pasta. You live in Rome. We go to the gym and they speak loud. The verbal structure will be pronoun, verb infinitive, and the complement of the sentence. In the second case, the third person of the single form, she, he, and it, use the infinitive verb without to, but we add s or es to the verb according to the case. Example: he works in a laboratory. She goes to Europe twice a year. The verbal structure will be a pronoun, infinitive verb with the s or es according to the case, plus the complement. Interrogative sentence. The interrogative sentences use do and does at the beginning of the sentence as auxiliary. The pronouns you, I, we, and they use do as an auxiliary. The pronouns he, she, it use does. When we use the auxiliaries do and does, the main verb doesn't have the final s. Example: do they come early? Or does she need help? The verbal structure is do or does, according to the case, plus pronoun, plus infinitive verb, plus complement. The structure of the answers can be yes, comma, pronoun, plus do or does, or no, comma, pronoun, plus don't or doesn't, according to the case. The negative sentences. The negative sentences use do not or does not according to the pronoun, and the main verb doesn't have the final s. It's generally popular, the short version, don't or doesn't. Example: I don't like spicy food. Fabio doesn't have a red coat. The verbal structure of this will be pronoun plus do not, don't, or does not, doesn't, plus the verb in infinitive, plus the complement. Adverbs of frequency. We use adverbs of frequency to indicate how often something happens. Example: always, usually, often, sometimes, seldom, and never. The adverbial phrases. We use adverbial phrases to show how often we do things in a specific period of time. The adverbial phrases are placed at the end of the sentence. Example: once a week, twice a month, three times a year. The present continuous. This tense is used to describe actions that are happening at the moment of speaking. Example: they are talking to the teacher, or to talk about arrangements made for the future. Example: we're visiting you next month. Enunciative sentences. To form the present continuous, we have two elements: the verb to be, am, are, is, and the other verb with the particle ing. Example: I am not speaking Italian. The verb plus ing has some rules to follow in particular cases. If the verb ends with an e, we quit the e and add ing. Example: cried, writing. If the verb is a monosyllable, that ends with the vowel plus consonant. We double the consonant. Example, put, putting. If the verb has two or more syllables and the tonic syllable is the last one, we double the final consonant. Example, begin, beginning. The negative sentences. The verbal structure of the negative sentences can be subject plus verb to be plus not plus the verb with the ing plus complement. Example, I am not speaking Korean. Carrie isn't driving her car. The interrogative sentences and its verbal structure. Verb to be plus subject plus verb with the ing plus complement. Example, are you eating fish and chips? Is she going to the mall right now?